Hello friends. Welcome back to RT Dashcam. After a short break to recharge, we hit the road again from the Maddipadu area. As we crossed the Bolapalli toll plaza, we switched the dashcam back on, and paid 175 rupees at this stop. By now, night had fully taken over, and the sky wasn't kind. A fierce storm rolled in as we continued on National Highway 16, heading towards Vijayawada. Heavy rain lashed down, and strong winds rocked the car from both sides. It felt like nature was really testing us. We just passed Gundalapalli, and Vijayawada is still 85 kilometers away. Driving in this kind of weather, at night, is something else. There's a strange calm in the chaos, the road almost empty, no personal vehicles in sight, and even the trucks are crawling slowly. In moments like these, you feel like it's just you, your car, and the storm. After some intense driving, hunger kicked in. But we didn't want anything too heavy. Just some warm idlis or dosa would be perfect. After a bit of searching, we finally found a nice little place to stop, grab a bite, and take a short breather. Sometimes, a simple meal on a rainy night hits differently. Feeling refreshed, we got back on the road. Now, some stretches of this highway, especially at night, in the rain, they just turn magical. The wet roads reflecting the lane markings, the glow of street lights dancing in the puddles. It's the kind of view you don't expect but can't forget. Right now, we are passing through the Muppavaram area, and honestly, the vibe is beautiful. The surroundings here are really beautiful. Even in the dark, there's something serene about the landscape. It's quiet, peaceful, the kind of silence that lets your thoughts breathe. Driving at night hits differently. It's not just about the road, it's about the experience. The stillness, the rhythmic sound of rain on the windshield, the soft hum of the engine. Feels like the whole world slows down, just for a while. Since we are just cruising through this calm stretch of the road, let me share a little story, one of my favorites, about Lord Krishna. Back in Vrindavan, when Krishna was just a little boy, he had this adorable habit of stealing butter. Yes, the Makhan Chor, the butter thief. Not just from his own home, he'd sneak into the homes of the entire village, climb up pots, rope swings, even get help from his little friends. All for that one thing he couldn't resist, freshly churned butter. The women of Vrindavan would complain to his mother, Yashoda, "Your son is a thief. He steals our butter. He hides and eats it with monkeys." And Yashoda, oh, she'd scold him. One day, she even caught him red-handed, butter smeared all over his face. So she tied him to a big wooden grinding mortar, hoping he'd learn a lesson. But Krishna? He smiled. He dragged that heavy mortar between two trees. And as he passed through, the trees snapped and fell. It was said those trees were cursed celestial beings, and by Krishna's touch, they were freed. So even in mischief, he was performing miracles. That's the charm of Krishna. Naughty, sweet, divine, all at once. To this day, people celebrate that playful side of him. Because sometimes, divinity doesn't come with thunder. It comes with a stolen handful of butter and a twinkle in the eyes of a child. As we roll through this rainy night, I wonder, maybe somewhere out there, Krishna's still smiling. Maybe in the winds or in the rhythm of this road. now crossing the Hanuman Palayam Road overhead bridge near Guntur. You get a fleeting glimpse of the rail tracks and city lights below, another little moment on this long journey. It was time to refuel, both for the car and for the road ahead. We stopped near Autonagar Road, found an Indian oil petrol bunk, and filled up the tank completely. If you are doing a similar route, I've shared this location in the video description for your convenience. We are now passing the outskirts of Guntur city. We didn't go inside. The highway curves around the edge like an arc, offering glimpses of the city lights in the distance. just crossed the Kaza toll plaza at Mangalagiri, and this time, the toll was 120 rupees. A quick halt, and we were back on the road again in no time. We are now on the Mangalagiri, Tenali flyover. The elevation gives a wide-angle view of the surrounding areas. Another small highlight in this long, beautiful night drive. We are now crossing the Kanakadurga Varadhi, the majestic bridge over the Krishna River. This bridge connects Guntur district with Krishna district, and it's an integral part of NH16. It's more than just a road, it's the symbolic gateway to Vijayawada. The view from here is stunning, especially at night. The lights reflecting off the river, even in the stormy weather, feels surreal. But do drive carefully. The Krishna Varadhi is around 2.5 kilometers long, and it takes a little over a minute to cross, even at a steady speed. Interestingly, this stretch of the river seems a bit dry, and that's because the Krishna Prakasam barrage is located just before this bridge, regulating the water flow. We've officially entered Vijayawada now. It's around 10:10 p.m. and because of the continuous storm, the city feels almost silent. Empty roads, dim lights, as if the city is quietly resting. Just a quick reference, on our right side is the ISKCON temple Vijayawada. It may not be clearly visible at night, but I wanted to mention it for those mapping the route. I've shared the exact location in the description. Now we are on the famous Benz Circle Flyover, a key part of NH16. It's so well designed, smooth, spacious, and elevated, helping the traffic flow easily above the busy intersections below. It's one of those modern structures that really makes city driving more pleasant. Driving through Vijayawada on this rainy night feels like something out of a movie. A well-planned city, wet, empty roads, and that quiet hum of the storm in the background. Every turn, every reflection in the puddles, adds to this unforgettable journey. Maybe I'll pass through here again someday, but with this exact weather, time, and mood, probably never again. That's the beauty of travel. Each moment is once in a lifetime. We've now taken a turn and are driving parallel to the Rives Canal, which runs just to our left. It's a calm companion to the road, gently flowing beside us. Finally, we've stopped near the Sir Center bus stop, Vijayawada, to grab some food for the kids and ourselves before heading to our next destination. After all this rain and road, a warm meal is just what we need. And that brings us to the end of this part of the journey. In this stretch, we covered almost 160 kilometers, driving from Maddipadu to the Sir Center bus stop in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Along the way, we crossed the iconic Krishna River, braved a night storm, drove through quiet highways, and explored the heart of the city in the rain. All key highlights, tolls, and locations are marked in the video. Do check the highlights section for easy reference. Stay tuned. The next part of our adventure is coming soon. If you enjoyed riding along, don't forget to subscribe for more journeys, more stories, and more real moments from the road. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.